Hey guys, do you know about aldehydes and ketones? Aldehydes and ketones, when we consider about them, these are compound class known as what? Carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds are very important in organic chemistry. Now, when we consider about carbonyl compounds have a special type of reaction that is known as the aldol condensation. Now, when we consider about aldol condensation happens to carbonyl compounds. Now, there are two types of carbonyl compounds. First, on the left hand side, we are having aldehyde. Aldehydes are, now here in this carbon, this is the carbonyl carbon. Carbonyl carbon is having a hydrogen. It should have a hydrogen. If it is have a hydrogen, this is an aldehyde. Now in the left hand side, right hand side, we are having a ketone. This is the carbonyl carbon, and from in both sides of this carbonyl carbon, we are having alkyl groups. In this case, we are having two methyl groups. So this is a propanone. We are adding the suffix on to ketones, and for aldehydes we are adding the suffix al. So this is an ethanol because it has two carbons. Here we have three carbons, so this is propanone. Now let us see what happens in aldol condensation. In aldol condensation, it starts with this oxygen, and this oxygen containing carbon is known as the carbonyl carbon, and the neighboring carbon is known as the alpha carbon. Now, neighboring carbon contains three hydrogens. These are also named as alpha hydrogens. Okay. Now, these alpha hydrogens becomes acidic, becomes positively charged due to polarization of the oxygen atom in the carbonyl carbon. Now, this oxygen pulls electrons from this carbonyl carbon, and then after the oxygen becomes negatively charged, carbon becomes positively charged. This carbonyl carbon pulls electrons from this neighboring alpha carbon pulls electrons from the alpha hydrogens. So these hydrogens becomes positively charged, so these are having some acidic properties. So these acidic hydrogens can be removed, can be taken by a OH group. Now in this case, this OH group, when we add a diluted base like potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide, these would grab this hydrogen to make a water molecule. In the sense, a water molecule is formed and a carb anion is formed. Carb anion means now this part, this organic carbon containing compound, there is this carbon containing compound and it is having a negative charge. Negative charge. Now this is a carb anion. Now let us see. Now in aldol condensation, carb anions goes and attacks to a unreacted aldehyde. Now in this case, this is a carb anion, this is an unreacted aldehyde. In this case, this carb anion goes and attacks to this carbonyl carbon, and what happens here is, now this 5 bond breaks up in this oxygen and it forms a bond with a hydrogen from external source. So there is another, now these two molecules get together, so there would be a OH group in this. So this compound, now here we have this carb anion comes along, and this is the unreacted, this was the unreacted aldehyde, and then after, now this carbon has a bond with this carbon and there's a OH group, but the original aldehyde group is still intact. So this is having an aldehyde group and an OH group, aldehyde group and an OH group. So this is known as aldol. This process can happen to ketones also if there are alpha carbons and carbons having hydrogens, and it may happen to many aldehydes having alpha hydrogens. If you have any questions, you can put me in the comment section. I can help you with Sinhala or Tamil language also. And if you have any more questions, any other questions regarding chemistry, you can ask me.